Using a side diagonal hatch, going sideways, add your shadow to this area. Okay. It's going to get kind of a little bit dicey here because you are going to add shadow to the front, but you want to make sure that your lines aren't as close together as they are on the side. So space your lines out to allow some of that white to peep through. This is called filler shade. And do the same to the rest of your tombstones. And you can do it to your house too. Now for the tree. The tree is going to be kind of interesting. Okay. Your light source is here, right? But this side of the tree is facing away from your light source. So you are going to do the opposite on the tree than what you did on this side of your paper if you put your light source where my moon's at. So put your filler shade in. And kind of using my pen to kind of dust in these branches. I'll show you here. I'm not pushing too hard. I'm literally feathering into the paper. Right now I'm just working on trying to get the body of my branch in. I'm not worrying about shading right now. But since my tree is a bit darker in contrast to my tombstones, my lines are going to be closer together. Now, if you decide to put letters on your tombstone, do not outline them, shade them in. I'll show you how to do that in a minute here. Alright, so I'm going to give this a break here because I'm dealing with a really wet pen and I don't want to smear my ink. I'm going to let that dry. So I'm going to start off with pencil first so I can write my words in here. I'm going for the block kind of word. So I wrote the word and then I outlined it. So I'm going to outline my R to get that block kind of letter feel. Now if you don't want block letters, it's your art, your choice. That's okay. You stylize it the way you want. Your art, your choice. So I got that in there. Let's say I don't like it. Well, since it's in pencil, I can easily erase it and drop these letters down, which I'm probably going to do. I think it's a little too high. I'm going to space them out a little bit more. And just like you kind of scratched in your branches, you're going to scratch in your letters the same way. You're literally going to shade them in. I am going to lighten my line here. That way I can just shade it in. If you outline it, it kind of makes your letters look flat and less three-dimensional. Feather in the side that is close to the light source. Don't outline, feather. You can thicken and crispen your lines wherever necessary, as long as you feather it. Feel free to kind of, add some thickness to your grass blades near the front, right? Leave the ones in the middle thinner, less detailed. Grass is free-flowing. Your lines and your strokes should be free-flowing as well. Okay. Now that my ink's dry, I'm going to mimic kind of what I did here on this side. I'm going to do on that side of my tree because my moon's here. Now it's going to kind of look, it is going to kind of first look like you got really stark light side and a really dark other side, right? We're going to feather it out. We're going to feather it out. So, add a third layer. You have two layers right here for your shadow. Add a third layer right on the edge, on the side that's furthest away from your moon. And you'll start to see a medium, like a light, a medium, and a dark. It'll start to pop out. And if you don't feel like it's popping out, then just very lightly add a secondary layer out and in towards the center of your tree's body. If you don't feel like it's popping out. If it's popping out, then don't do that. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're going to do the same thing to your tree limbs. So whatever side of your tree limb is away from the moon, this side right here for me, I'm going to add a darker layer, and then I'm going to just feather my way out towards the middle of my tree limb. Now, depending on where your tree limb is positioned, this shadow will shift and change. Like right here, it's on this side, right? But as the tip of my branch goes up and towards the light, my shadow is going to get thinner and lighter. So I'm going to leave the tip of this alone. I'm going to add some more thickness in here. I feel like my tree is missing some branches. There we go. I'm not going to worry too much about these branches here because these branches are in the midground. They're further away. They're not going to get as much detail. This is a perfect spot that emphasizes the shift in value or shift in light. And we haven't even begun to do the grass all the way across our piece, so we'll do that next. We're focusing on it one side at a time. Okay, how you feeling? How you feeling, friend? You ready for that grass? Oh, nice. Okay. Give your tombstone some ground to sit upon. Okay. In the front, you're going to make your blades of grass more detailed all the way across. Grass doesn't grow in one specific spot or order, so don't get stuck in the details. Just add little tufts here and there and keep moving around your paper. We can always add more later on. This is your grass. If you don't like how spaced out they are, fill in that white area with more slanted side strokes, and these strokes will represent little minuscule blades of grass. We're not going to be as detailed with our midground. This is a way to add texture, is shifting your strokes. Shift, 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 shift. Ooh. Shake that wrist out. This is my back hill. Really long strokes, see what I mean? Not as detailed. These are hills. Kind of want my hills to be a little bit darker than my tombstones. That way my tombstones start popping out. So right now it looks like a hot mess, right? We're going to fix it. Add 2 layers of curvy kind of lines. You want to mimic the nature of the rolling hills. Flatten that hill out a bit as you reach the top here. Leave some space for your road, some white spot for your road. Color around your tombstones. If your tombstones are disappearing, add that secondary layer and they'll start to pop out. Doesn't look quite right because I only did one side of the paper. Don't worry, we'll fix it. I'm going to make my road skinnier up here. And we're really going to help that road pop. But I'm going to wait until you got your midground and your background in, okay? Add a fine-tune layer around the edge of your road. It's really going to start popping out. You can almost see it, right? Now this spot right here, keep your lines spaced out. You don't want it as dark as your midground. You want these to separate a little bit. And you guessed it, I'm going to take Sharpie to my house. I like it dark. Where's my Sharpie? If you're doing Sharpie, make sure that you have a piece of paper underneath your paper because Sharpie has a tendency to bleed through. These are the finishing touches. I really don't think that I need to see all this detail in my house, so I'm going to make it all pitch black. Add Sharpie to my edge shears to give me that black kind of shadow. Just a little bit to my grass to kind of give it some more. Same thing. The grass around my tree.